Hello, History Bites Hub viewers. The epic tale of the Mongol army transcends a legend echoing across the vast steppes in history, going beyond the terrifying depictions of the ferocious military to reveal the staggering scale of their operations. From expansive camps to meticulously organized marching formations and formidable battle lines, there's a narrative to unveil the true dimensions of a Mongol army. In historical records, Mongol armies initially consisted mainly of warriors from their tribes, specializing in mounted archery and spear warfare. Among them, the most elite formed the personal guards of powerful warlords, a force that was just a few hundred strong in the early days of Temujin's reign. However, Temujin, on his path to establishing the Mongol Empire, would alter war tactics and reshape the nature of warfare. Temujin's conquest involved assimilating neighboring nomadic tribes, a process formalized during the famous Kurultai of 1206. Once warring tribes now united under the rule of Chinggis Khan, forming a consolidated force. Recognized as a unified people comprising Merkits, Khitans, Kyrgyz, Karaites, Naimans, Tatars, Uyghurs, Oirats, and Buryats, they were simply known as the Mongols to the outside world. This simplification overlooks crucial details, but these nomadic forces operated collectively, as depicted in this narrative. Thus, these steppe tribes represented a united manpower pool. Chinggis Khan's military reforms further emphasized this. Every able-bodied male aged 15 to 60 was obligated to serve. For example, sources claim that in 1267, every household was required to provide one warrior from this age group, with households containing 4 to 5 males providing 2 warriors, and those with 6 to 7 males supplying 3 warriors. Each Mongol warrior was expected to provide and maintain their equestrian gear. If unable, they had to compensate the deficiency directly under their immediate superior. Though the specifics of their equipment likely varied over the years, a 13th century Chinese historical book called Liao Shi provides a detailed reference list for the Khitan army. Under ideal conditions, a steppe warrior was expected to possess 9 pieces of iron armor, a composite bow with 400 arrows, a long spear, a short spear, a staff, an axe, and a halberd. Additionally, they were required to carry a small flag, hammer, knife, flint, and rations. Each man was also responsible for providing their own horses. While the minimum number was 3, it could go up to 18 in certain cases. These horses were critical for the mobility of the Mongol army and were used not only for maneuvering in battle, but also as a source of sustenance. Returning to the list of army types, we briefly touch upon a final category, the non-nomadic forces. These were usually not integrated into the main steppe army, but instead served as garrison forces and auxiliary units employed in sieges. These non-nomadic units were referred to as cheriks. The initial cheriks were probably composed of defected soldiers during the Mongol conquest of Jin China. They preserved the officers and organization and became known as Hei Chun, or Black Army. They were responsible for safeguarding acquired territories. As the administration grew excessively, Hei Chun was reorganized according to Mongol standards and became Shin Chun, or New Army. All these elements of the Mongol army gained structure and purpose under the Mongol administration present at the Kurultai. The Kurultai was a meeting that brought together tribes and leaders, a place where princes and lords participated. It was where khans were elected, commanders appointed, and campaigns planned. Naturally, it involved plenty of drinking, dancing, feasting, and games, given the gathering of thousands of people. The size and strength of the Mongol army was distinguished not only on the battlefields, but also by their strategic decisions and leadership abilities. This anecdote provides a telling example of a decision in the government of their great ruler Chinggis Khan. One day, Chinggis Khan convened a grand convention for a war campaign. Different tribal leaders were discussing armies' positions, battle plans, and strategies. However, Genghis Khan's attention was focused on the leader of a small tribe. This leader had only a few hundred warriors and did not control a large area of land like other large tribes. Genghis Khan invited this leader to the war council and asked why he was sharing his war strategies. The little leader said proudly, "Great Khan, perhaps my lands are not large, my army is not large, but for me, every war is vital. Every war is a struggle for life for my tribe. You great leaders can lead many wars at the same time, but for me, every war means the survival of my tribe." Genghis Khan was impressed by this leader's point of view. From then on, the small tribe began to evaluate the leader's strategies and learn from him. This event shows that not only large armies, but also small tribes and leaders can play an important role. In a world where each leader had a different perspective, but when they worked together, they could form a great power, each story, each tribe, and each battle became part of a grand narrative of history. Closing our documentary with this story makes viewers think by emphasizing the importance of not only war, but also leadership, strategy, and working together. We continue to follow the traces of these legendary stories buried deep in history behind the horse armies, roaming over these great lands. Join us on History Bites Hub as we continue our short narratives filled with history. Until next time.